guys, Jamie Benizri. We're back with Logik TV, and I still have the pleasure of being with Terry Cutler. And as you learned from previous talks that I had with Mr. Cutler, he's an ethical hacker. He's learned his craft and his trade from the FBI in Washington. Companies pay him to break into their servers. So I want to shift gears a little bit with you because it's not just about the corporate side of things.
Right.
You've leveraged that set of skill and your expertise in that domain to bring it into families, into the home.
That's right.
And what I want to talk to you a little bit about is what you're noticing in homes and in schools and high schools and adolescents.
Right.
So tell me a little bit about how you get involved kind of with high schools and with adolescents and with that demographic.
Yeah. Usually what will happen is I'll get brought in to talk at schools about internet safety. And I'll usually in my presentation, I try to make them as realistic as possible, where I'm going to show them how I can leverage information that they post online and track them right to their doorstep usually. And usually get the eyes popping out of their head, like, my God, I should pay attention to what I'm posting online. Because that's one of the things that kids, they don't realize what they are posting online and the dangers of it.
Sure.
So what I'm noticing a lot more is sexting. So especially like in the grade 5s and 6s, they're sexting each other. And what the consequences, they don't realize that when they're actually distributing child pornography at this point, right? Because they're underage. And usually the parents don't have a clue about what's going on. So they'll get brought in, especially now with the new cyber law, the new cyberbullying law. The parents of the kid and the parents of the perpetrator will get brought in to the principal's office, and maybe charges could be applied. And things like that.
So you're kind of you're kind of in this you have this interesting vantage point in this demographic. Tell me what the consequences of the distribution of pornography. Tell me kind of what you're seeing as the consequences of this kind of behavior and the distribution of this information amongst this peer group.
Right. I mean, law enforcement will get brought in.
Yeah.
So obviously, because the child's underage, it might not hit the media, but there is going to be some media coverage, so to bring out the awareness. But I mean, we're seeing it all over the place. The kids don't know who they're chatting with online or who they're sending photos to. In a real example, a 14-year-old could be chatting with someone who thinks that they're 18 years old, but they're really 40.
Yeah.
And next, the 40-year-old is sending erotic content to the child, and then it's very difficult for the parents to even notice that this stuff is happening.
So you get called in. What is your what is your mandate when you get called in with a situation like that?
Yeah, usually it's brought in to forensic analysis on the phone. So usually what happens is when a child notices that, or the child's aware that the parent knows, he'll start deleting all the text messages and the pictures and everything off the phone. And we have forensic software that allows us to retrieve all of this data and supply it to law enforcement so that they can make an assessment.
So this being the situation and this being the age in which we live in,
right,
what can parents do to protect their children and really to protect the family?
Right. It's very, very difficult for the parents because they have to become tech savvy about what's going on, right? I mean, growing up in our days, if the parents didn't like what we were watching on TV, they would come in the room and change the channel on us, so the parents were being active.
Johnny Carson and your kids.
Yeah. So now, with the kids being so ahead with technology, the parents don't have a clue what they're doing online. So the kids are all in full control. So you got to look for like patterns that are changing. For example, you walk past them and they're on their phone or their computer and they're hovering over it. Or they're not as talkative, or their moods are always changing. Then maybe there's something going around online.
So these are behavioral cues.
That's right.
Are there any technical? Is there software, for example, that you can install that parents can be using? Can they get techie about it?
They can. There's some software that they can install on the phone or on the PC that would allow them to spy on their child.
Sure.
But there's always that gap of, is it too much to spy on them? That's like a discussion they need to have. But yeah, absolutely, there's software that they can have to spy on their child. I'm in the process of actually building a course that would get parents up to speed on how to keep their computers safe, how to keep their kids safe online, look at who the predators are. So that should be launching very shortly, actually.
So thank you for being with us. Like you said, the course is available. You should follow Terry Cutler across all your platforms because you're called upon by media and experts to really talk about all this stuff.
They can go to terrycutler.com to get the free training.
Great. So thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Stay informed and keep up with Terry.
Thank you.
Thank you. If you like this video, don't forget to press on that little thumb. Don't forget to comment below, share the page, And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.